What's goody? What's going on, my loves? Welcome back to another show of Topics on Topic with my guy, Louis Montcho. What's going on, Louis?
I am doing pretty well, pretty well. Just the weather is kind of crazy. It's been raining here in Southern California and here in Los Angeles. So yeah, I know you're in the other side of town. How's it over there?
Um, Out here in the desert, it's very cold out here. Very, very cold. There's snow in the mountains. Pretty sure it's gonna rain. Well, hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow. It was supposed to rain today as well, but we didn't see any rain. Hopefully tomorrow, it will also be clear skies. But I think we could use a little rain in Southern California. So I'm not going to be too surprised if it does rain. I know it rained in LA, like you're saying, but hopefully we won't have to touch or witness any of that out here in Palmdale. But honestly, with everything going on, what really got my attention today was the death of Cicely Tyson. I don't know if you heard.
Right. I mean, yeah, I kind of pay attention to her career, and she's amazing. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is that Cicely Tyson was the wife of Miles Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Davis is one of the folks that made me picked up trumpet. So
Oh, wow.
that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know that Cicely Tyson. She's married to Miles Davis, and yeah. So may her soul rest in peace. Yeah, and put that on my story on Instagram as well. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, rest in peace, Cicely Tyson.
yeah.
We got a trumpet player on our hands. For the fans that don't know, Louis Montcho, as he just made it clear that he is a trumpet player. If anybody out there needs a trumpet player, you have just got one on your hands. um,
Yeah,
but
no,
yes.
I always remember that. Miles Davis. The whole thing about Miles Davis is style. It's back in the '60s. If you go back and watch his style. I mean, he's one of those cool cats back then.
Mm-hmm.
And,
He's one of those amazing performers.
yeah, the performance, the dress code, it's all good. Yeah, what is going on? What else is going on over there, man? Let's have a little bit,
It's
uplifting.
You said say that again.
I said we need something a little bit uplifting, and a lot of crazy stuff is
Oh
going.
yes, most definitely. I'm gonna definitely get there for everybody. But for
Right.
those that don't know, just to name a few movies. If you don't know who Cicely Tyson is, please go find out. She played in the classic The Help, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Medea's Family Reunion, and the
Right.
list honestly goes on and on. But and I'm sorry I gotta take the sad route for you guys right now, but of course I gotta give a huge shout out to my guy Kobe Bryant and Gigi Bryant. Rest in peace. I know 2 days ago was the memory of their life and the day that they also left the world from us. So I just want to give a quick shout out to them.
Yeah,
But yes,
will be. I remember this just like it was yesterday when I first found out about it. It was on a Saturday morning. I usually like to watch motorcycle racing. So and then they cut off, and then they mentioned I was so disturbed. I mean, it was just I couldn't believe it, and they started talking about whether or not the Gigi was there and everything. I found out later on. I mean, it was just so depressing. And just I hope that Vanessa is doing okay. Our hearts go to Vanessa and the rest of the kids, and rest in peace. That Kobe was one of the greatest basketball players, one of them out there. So, yeah,
yes, rest in peace. That will forever always break my heart, But like Lewis said, let's lift up the mood a little bit before I hit you guys with the politics of today. There's this interesting story I just have to share. There's a Phoenix fire crew that used a ladder truck to visit their hospitalized coworker.
mhm,
Now, that's what you call a real one. The firefighter was recently hospitalized from COVID-19, and with an unusual visit from his window, his co-workers, let them know just how much they appreciate him, regardless of everything he's going through. And, definitely taking precautions, CDC guidelines, and was on the other side of the window and was still there to support their friend. I think that's pretty awesome. I think we can all use some genuine friends like that in our lifetime. But, in this lifetime, life is crazy. This coronavirus situation is crazy. We have a new president. President Biden has taken office. And with that, I don't know who watched, but Amanda Gorman, who did the speech at Biden's inauguration, has just been announced to recite an original poem at the Super Bowl. That's going to be very exciting to see someone who is such an amazing performer at Biden's inauguration also be able to perform at the Super Bowl. She's a young lady who's part of the culture. And it's just cool to see that even though we have a lot of scars in the US and there's a lot of things we need to work on as a society and as a people, it's just cool to see that we're still trying to work towards those steps of progress, And I think that's amazing that this girl gets a chance to perform. But other than that, yeah, everybody listen up. By 2040, you may not be having to spend any more dollars on your gas tank. By 2040, we're expected to be carbon neutral. I don't know about y'all, but I can definitely do me one of those Teslas. I would not mind to have me a nice little Tesla. But that's the nitty gritty,
So it's so really funny, you talked about that, and I actually had I took a test drove a Tesla a few months ago, and it looks like I'm going to be trading in my car very soon for a Model S, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I'm tired of buying the gas. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
it's just getting really expensive lately.
most definitely. I mean, these gas prices are crazy.
Electric,
We're
that's really the way to go. That's the future. And
Most definitely. I mean, we're living through a sick apocalypse right now. So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that is good news. That's something uplifting, but that's good news. And
yes, most definitely.
yeah, that's pretty good. And what else you have? You were saying
Well, I
about we're talking about something I don't remember again. Go ahead.
well, lastly of the hot topics, Biden has been, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to the news. Please do. It's important to be informed and know what's going on in the world. Biden's been signing a bunch of executive orders, basically doing over plays that Trump tried to implement and put things to the side. He just recently revoked Trump's abortion policy, and he's going to take steps to shore up for the Affordable Care Act. So that's really good to hear. I know that some Republicans are very conservative and they have their own beliefs on the abortion process. But I'm glad to know that Biden is making it more of a conversation for people to really have and taking the necessary steps to do things to help women. I just think that everything that's been going on has been really interesting. I mean, just watching how this whole impeachment thing is playing out with the Trump trial, as well as how vaccines are rolling out. And I would love, Lewis, for you to share with the people what we were just talking about
Right,
before we
right,
hopped on.
right. You mentioned the the Trump impeachment and all that. Yeah, I mean, right now, you know, we only have about five Republicans that are willing to, vote and for impeachment, and it's really important that they have this right this time because by doing so, Donald Trump is not going to be able to run for president in 2024. So, and I think that a lot of people are a little bit confused with the fact of the matter that he's out of office and why he's been impeached. Well, one of the reasons why is because of what happened January 6th insurrection, and that we do not want this to happen again. And Nancy Pelosi and the rest of the Democrats feel like it would be good for this guy not to be able to have a chance to come back and run for president. And I think that
As agreed.
that is very important. But we're not seeing a lot of play around with the Republicans. They still um, supports Trump. I mean, these guys are diehard. I mean, it doesn't matter what Trump would kill a little baby down the street. They don't care. They can still support Trump. So it's a big, big mess.
Yes, it is a huge mess to see. It's just honestly, it's sad. It's so sad, but it's so necessary to see the true colors of America and for people to, like the masses, I feel like before all this stuff was happening, it was like you'll say one story, you'll say your personal experience, and someone has another story to try to debunk anything you're saying. But I feel like now everything's being released on the masses, and everyone's seeing how ridiculous he is and seeing how ridiculous these Trump supporters will go, the lengths they will go to support someone who is not even a decent human being. Like it blows me. Like it just blows my mind to know that there are people out here still supporting him after the fact that he's not even in office, and it's like Trump is now a problem, even though I'm not now, he's been a problem, but he still is a problem, even though he doesn't hold the office. We're still over here trying to make sure he gets impeached. But now on the news, Republicans don't want to impeach him. Republicans don't want to impeach him. And I feel like not only is it just Republicans who are part of this silent, quote unquote, silent majority, that are very racist, but deny the fact that they're racist. And then you have Republicans that are true Republicans. It's almost, honestly, to me, in my eyes, I feel like they need to do reconstruction upon the Republican Party, because
I
he
mean,
has
I mean,
conflicted the Republican Party so
people
much.
people just kissing this guy's butt. That's the whole thing. I mean, it's like I don't get it. I mean, it's like people have no morals in this country anymore, because if you are famous and you're making money and you have a powerful office or whatever, oh, now you can get away with anything. I mean, everybody supports this and that. It doesn't matter what you do. It's okay. Trump, you used to be on Apprentice, so it's cool. You used to be a reality show guy. It's cool. That is not how we should pick up presidents. I don't
Oh,
think
100%.
this should be a lesson, because
100%.
because you have exposure on television and whatnot, then all of a sudden, you can be president of the United States. It doesn't work like that. It's just like years ago we had a Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was the Terminator, and the governor of California. I'll tell you something. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was just a local guy down the street, I don't think he'd have been able to have two votes, to be a governor of California. But he had the support and the votes because okay, we know him from movies. He used to be the Terminator, so now okay, now he's okay. He could be a politician. It doesn't work like that. You know, this is the first time I noticed that we have someone that has lots of experience in politics, have been in politics forever. Joe Biden, President Joe. So and just the atmosphere, just after Joe Biden took office, it just seemed to be a lot, calmer, just peaceful, And I don't know about you, but I think it's just a little bit different, not like the whole chaos with Donald Trump.
Yeah, I honestly, I even feel like there's a difference in like the air with Biden taking office, even though we're still having to deal with the receipts of Trump and still have to deal with whatever, what has now passed. It just seems different, like there, I just feel like there's a different vibe in the air. And honestly, I love that Biden is really stepping up, because now he's showing people what a true leader is. And that's why I have to go back to the fact that, me saying that it's been exposed to the masses of people who believe in Trump, who it's like you can't go back into your shell. At some point in time in 2020, if you were on social media, you let it be known who you were supporting, whether or not you did or didn't say anything. I feel like sometimes, because I just feel like so much stuff transpired in 2020 that it showed people's true colors. And I just feel like it's hard to unsee now what has happened in 2020. Like, no one's ever going to forget this, you know? So I'm just happy that now we're starting to see the truth come to light. But not only just that, I'm more excited to see what the extra steps and extra initiative Biden is going to be taking with this coronavirus situation. I mean, I hear on this end that now the vaccines are going to be available in public places like schools. I'm not necessarily sure about the schools, but movie theaters, libraries, and malls for people to get vaccinations, but only amongst a crowd of people who are either doctors, who are more, who have weak immune systems, people who are more vulnerable, basically. But I'm hoping that this momentum continues. He's already been doing an amazing stuff, taking initiative that we weren't seeing in the Trump administration by making sure that we are using more money than we actually probably have as a nation to make sure that the people, being us Americans, that we so proudly always talk about. It's about Americans, you know, it's about us, it's about what the people think. It's funny because the Republicans who were supporting Trump didn't want to make that a priority, but I'm glad to see that Biden is in office. And regardless of Biden being a Democrat, he still wants to help those goofies who are over here supporting Trump. He's still out here working hard to make sure that everybody is capable of receiving a vaccination. And
Well,
that right there brings peace to me.
look, that's what the president is supposed to do. The president is the president for the United States, okay? Not a Republican Party or Democrat Party. We all Americans. This is America. We have a president supports and listens to everyone. Not like Donald Trump, where in office Donald Trump was the president of the KKK, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
There's any other nice way to put it. So and he pretty much just ignored the black community. So that's not what we want, and I think Biden is doing a fine job as of now. So
Most definitely. And I mean,
for
hey,
now.
we gotta keep sitting back and watching. I didn't mean to cut you off, but what were you gonna say?
No, I said we just keep our fingers crossed. Let's just see. But for right now, I mean, I have nothing bad to say. Because we back on he's passed he signed an executive order on climate control, and we able to they were able to, now that we're going to be able to get back the Affordable Care Act as well. Which Donald Trump is trying to get rid of. Before leaving office and all that kind of nonsense. So we get in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that he plans to change and for the better. And I just hope that everyone who's listening, give my guy Biden a chance. For those who question Biden's presidency and Kamala being this vice president, give him a chance. There's only so much that can be accomplished in a presidency. I'm sure there's 1,000 things wrong that we need to change that we as a people are unaware of, and because of the certain things that we see being implemented and worked on, we feel like other things are not being paid attention to. But I just want to let you know that's not true, and understand that it's a process. And even though we may have our wants and stuff and whatnot, it's not like we can't make our voice heard. I love that we live in a society where your voice can be heard, but also I just want people to be mindful about the fact that success, just like anybody's trying to go anything after going after anything in life, takes time. And that goes for the president as well. It takes time to bring back a more wholesome society. I mean, it's like you're depending on not just one person. I mean, there's several different layers to it, but you got to just consider the fact that it's going to take time.
Well, I like the way you put that. But yeah, it is going to take time. Everything takes time. But like I said again, I just like where things are going as of now. I mean, with the Biden administration. I mean, just watching even the press. With the press secretary Jen Psaki, and the way she handled the media and all that. It's just totally different. It's so refreshing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
Fashi is like, he's able to breathe now. It's like, oh my god, that was a close one, man. You can
Yeah.
just tell, when Dr. Fashi comes on TV now, he's just relaxed, he doesn't have to hear this and that about. You remember, Trump was like, oh, you know what? I have an idea. Why would you just use the disinfectant, the bleach and stuff, and inject that? Maybe that would help the virus. You remember that when
Yeah, I remember that. Ridiculous.
and that is so ridiculous. And he got some Republican folks going out there buying bleachers and put it in the cups and stuff that try to try to drink, the Fabuloso or whatever the hell.
Right.
People were
Got
going
fabuloso
nuts.
in your system.
Now, hey, now we have a civilized president in the House. You know what I'm saying? The White House
Mhm.
has got his respect back. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Ridiculous. It just was ridiculous what we were saying before. But hey, it's look. I don't know about you, but it's been a great show, and you know,
Most definitely.
have so much more to talk about. The next show we're gonna be able to videotape the next show so that you can see us and put on another nice bow tie. Um, but yeah, thanks for listening, and you can catch us on www.topicsontopic.podbean.com and at Topics on Topic on Instagram. And Miss Maya Milan, what do you have?
Nothing else really. Just hit a follow on our social media sites, of course. Also give our personals a follow at Codigo_red. That's CODIGO_red. You heard it. Make sure you guys tap in next show. Please come through. It's gonna always be a vibe. And also go check out all the other shows if you haven't already. Go catch up. I'm telling you, go catch up and go tell a friend. Go tell your friend right now. Share it with somebody.
Yeah.
Always gonna be a good time. Here with you guys every single week.
Well, thanks for listening. And this is Louis Montcho and Maya Milan signing off. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.